Et voilà, et bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. Re les gens. Bon, bah on va continuer, hein. Comme ça, on va peut-être se rapprocher de la fin, voire l'atteindre, peut-être. Qui sait? En vrai, j'ai aucune idée. Je sais pas où on en est. Étant donné que je n'ai jamais fait le jeu avant, je ne sais pas où on en est maintenant. Et du coup, je ne sais pas si on est proche ou pas de la fin. Ils ont des fleurs en bocaux. Des plantes en bocal. Ça pousse, ça pousse. Alors toutes les plantes sont en bocal. Du coup, je sais pas comment ils gèrent leur oxygène. Bon, je vais attendre un peu que quelques personnes arrivent et puis on ira. Puis on ira, on saura sauver notre existence, c'est pas ça, hein? Bon, hop. Par contre, pourquoi Kizara, elle a plus de retard que les autres en XP? Peut-être parce que je la joue jamais, tu vas me dire. What? Rinwell a plus de PV que les autres. Quoi? Bon, bah allez, on va y aller. Personne qui arrive, c'est pas grave. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Le cycle doit gérer l'état de santé d'Hervec 35. Les données sur ces constantes vitales sont affichées. Mhm. Ok. Eh ben, en route.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die. That we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to
This
hear
plan
it.
shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational.
That's...
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the Great Astral Spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the Great Astral Spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
Alphen est offensé.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all.
Ah, mais j'ai un problème de son.
I want to make
Excellent.
one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because... Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is
Ah,
good to
merde.
go again, we'll be taking
Du
off
coup,
for
j'aurais
Renna
pas dû
right away.
m'opposer avant.
Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. But with the amount of energy we're talking about here...
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Hevrek 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details. So assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
Mhm. Moi. Ah. Qu'est-ce qu'elle veut la madame? Il va falloir un bout de temps pour remettre à neuf votre vaisseau. Vous devriez en profiter pour vous reposer. Ok, vas-y, roule. On va se reposer. Hein.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle.
C'est vrai.
So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning. Even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Everett 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become.
On mate un film en fait.
For sharing that with me.
On mate un film depuis 3 épisodes.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind.
Oh non! T'étais à ça! Hello!
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you. Still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrect 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me.
Hmm?
My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah.
Ouais,
Okay.
on approche totalement de la fin. Là, il y a les couples qui commencent à avancer. Ouais, on approche de la fin. C'est obligé.
Everybody get enough rest? You ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrect 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up. Did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
La musique, elle est
You
super.
mean it's because of multiple chance interactions. The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Bon, bah ça sent la fin. Hein. Ça sent le sapin là, hein, pour le jeu. Hop. La zone d'embarquement. S'envoler pour Rena. Oui.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
Ouais. Ok. Donc les deux mondes, ouais, sont totalement opposés. Genre Dana est plus là pour... Enfin, Dana, elle donne à son monde, là où
So this is Rena.
Rena
This is where
absorbe
everything began.
son monde.
Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
De quoi non? Et bonsoir Faceless. T'arrives, tu fais non.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood,
Ah,
everything turns
okay.
out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Ok. Et bah, pense que je peux faire une save ici. La vraie question, je peux me TP? Ah ouais, ça y est, c'est le retour des TP. Donc ça prouve bien que ici c'est proche de la fin quoi. Je pense, je sais pas. En vrai je sais pas. Techniquement oui, c'est censé être proche de la fin ici. Ça fait partie des... Ah ouais, ça fait partie des zones qu'on peut se TP ça. Mais c'est pas activé pour le moment, ouais. C'est pas activé pour le moment, je peux aller que là-bas. Moi du coup, je suis niveau 45. Ouais.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
I wonder what Helganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Well, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep packing, Hoodle.
Ow! Seriously, what the hell?
D'ailleurs, je sais pas si tu étais là tout à l'heure, vers le début du live, mais vers le début du live, j'ai continué et on a eu les rapprochements de fin de game des persos. Et bah, Shion et Alphen, c'est évident, ils vont finir ensemble. Rinwell et Law, c'est fort probable. Par contre, Kisara et Dohalim, je suis pas sûr, parce que genre vraiment, Kisara, je la vois plus comme comme une sœur en fait, genre. Elle se comporte plus comme une sœur envers les gens que le reste. Mais bon, c'est pas grave.
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Ouais. Ouais. Oh, c'est fini, y a rien quoi. Ah bah si. Au moment où je dis ça.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
Niveau 53.
I knew there was something off here.
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
I'm ready! Freeze, Lancer!
I'm on it. You're mine.
Searing flame!
Remove! I'm on it.
Eternal devastation! Double demon fang!
I'm on it.
Radiant
You picked the wrong fight!
Oh, and you. Now you see what I can do. All good. That's breaking does it.
Swallow blade!
In here!
Double demon!
I'm nearly done for.
Double demon fang!
Freeze,
Eat
Lancer!
this.
Leon, astral energy!
Ouais, mais ils sont pas en mode difficulté boss par contre. On sent la différence hein.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing ring.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing arm!
Lightning thrust!
That's enough.
Now I can let loose!
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Where are you going?
I'm on it.
Win!
Just do it.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm just
Feed the
I've
enemy's
let you
arsenal!
all
I win! Stay away from my
No
friends!
complaints here.
I'll bring you
Yeah.
back from Death's Abyss.
Raging
No
cascade!
further!
Resuscitation!
Sword Ring Alpha!
Do it!
Close one!
Shion,
Go for it!
prepare to crumble. I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Oh non.
Megasonic thrust!
Resuscitation!
Du coup ça me l'avait pas.
Show you what my art can do.
We're cleaning house!
Let me take the rest of it.
Well, someone's feeling lively.
I'm on it.
Lunar
Just to
corruption!
dust. Eat this.
You picked the wrong
Watch
fight!
In
this.
here!
Just to
This will come
dust.
in handy.
You're done.
Sword Ring
Oh non, mais vraiment.
Now I'm in the groove.
Open! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Consider yourself finished. Bon. On est parti pour détruire une race.
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danan slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
Ah, c'est sûr qu'on va être
We lose heart
attaqué.
now. This whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
I
Up.
thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegus, remember? He probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
Putain, il y a encore un...
Just look at the size of that thing. The Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years. No, even before that. Just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
Let's go. Ah, eux aussi ils sont niveau 50 là.
Anything in armor is awesome.
Come and face me!
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Oh mais il a fini.
I'll smash you! I'm on.
I can handle it. Glacial spear.
Arrête de bouger. Merci. Ah non mais ça va aussi.
The flaming to be let free!
Sleep now. You all tucked away.
I'm on a roll now.
That'll bring you down.
You're mine!
Dust to dust.
Soaring light
Here
spear!
goes.
Dragon form!
I'll run you to
Explosive ring!
first strike. I'm on a roll
Not
now.
in your dreams.
Finish it!
Shion, astral energy. Full throttle. Go. A flawless victory.
Swallow blade!
Naturally.
Infernal
You're
turret!
done.
Show you what my art
shattering
can do.
pieces. Oh, now I'm real mad.
Dance in
Now
the
you
wind.
see what I can do.
Air thrust.
Dust
Rolling
to
tumble.
dust.
Winds of heaven. First force.
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Je l'ai fait peut-être un peu tôt.
Lunar corruption.
Bon, c'est pas grave.
Lunar blast.
Whoa, whoa,
Dragon
whoa.
swirl.
That's it.
Magna ray. Huddle.
I'm on it. Burn.
Bon.
Great.
Arrête de fuir
As
et
impressive as
meurs.
always.
First strike.
And here I hope that isn't creeping.
No, I mean you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look
Lady
flustered.
Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Hop. Ouais.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danans?
I'd say it's likely, which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danans. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danans too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Shion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
Niveau supérieur, niveau 2. Je suis niveau 2. Ah d'accord.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Ah oui d'accord.
You require a
I can shatter any spear.
Primed and ready. Where are you going? Let the marksman handle this. I've got this.
Come and
Let
face
the
me.
marksman handle this.
More's all yours.
Anything in armor is all mine.
A whirling struggle.
Now you see what I can do.
Winds of heaven now.
Whoa. Demons descend. Flashing fang. It's
Swallow blade. Demon fang.
crumble.
This one's all mine.
Annihilation.
Great.
Enemies
As
incoming.
impressive as always.
Then we'll
Here I
take
hope
them
there was
down.
improvement.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look
I'll
flustered.
run you through. I'm on a roll now. Dust to dust. Come on.
No escape.
I'll run you through. Severing
Tu sais, t'as les deux distants qui sont en train de taper un mob, pendant que t'as les deux cacs qui sont en train de bully un autre.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Take this.
Hear me, flame of fury.
Attends, mais il y a des nouveaux mobs là qui se sont rajoutés, non? Attends, c'est cette touche.
This one's mine.
Take this.
I don't even know the word defeat.
Eat this.
You picked the wrong fight.
Take this.
Glacial spear.
Shion.
Get toasty.
Get toasty!
Right. Next one.
In the groove. Already on it. Eat this. I'll finish you.
It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire.
Consuming wildfire!
Eat this.
Not on my watch.
Thank you. Watch this.
Let me help.
Can't get out of this!
Do it.
Alvin, astral energy.
Say no more.
Here's a healing arc. More incoming.
Rising wyvern.
First aid.
Burn. I owe you one.
I'm on it.
Denied.
I'll run you.
Primed and ready.
Kisara, frozen.
Hammer.
More.
Take this.
Malevolent.
I'm on it.
Waterfall. Freeze blaster. A dance in the
Dragon
wind.
Claw.
Air thrust.
Eternal
Anything
devastation.
help it.
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
See that?
Eat
More.
the darkest sky.
Dazzle.
I
Eagle.
call
I'll
upon
smash
thee.
you.
Rising falcon.
Eat this.
Stardust.
I never miss.
This is up.
Dragon
Do it,
claw.
Kisara. Frozen.
Hammer!
You're
Dance in the
wide
wind.
open.
In here.
Eagle
Hear
assault.
me, flame of fury.
Nothing.
Oh.
I'll run you through.
Do it.
Kisara. Commander of heavens.
Phoenix Cyclone.
You're wide open.
Stars of
I'm
light.
on a roll
Rain
now.
down and purify all.
Blast.
Take this.
Now or never.
I'll run you through.
Rondo.
Blow away.
Meteor storm.
Fang blast.
Now.
Dohalim.
Ah, j'ai raté mon...
Blow them away.
J'ai raté de lancer le truc, bon c'est pas grave.
Light as dance in the wind.
one's mine.
Just take this.
In here.
I'm on it.
Do it. Astral energy.
Say no more. Got it.
Well done.
Where are you going?
Here I come.
You're really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around.
Mais
This one's mine.
il est où le mob? Putain, mais c'est même pas celui-là que ça me fait viser.
Eat this. Blow away.
Go, Halim.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis.
Par contre, le combat il est infini ou c'est moi?
Eagle Assault. Radiant Genesis on my watch.
Blow away.
Here I come.
Carve through armor.
I'm out of raging cascade.
Ignite.
Here's a healing
You're
arm.
done.
First aid.
Now I can
A
let
worm in
finish it.
struggle.
In an instant. Impact cross.
Et ben voilà. Et ben.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them.
Ok. Tum. Ça c'est bon. Hop, bah on continue. Hein.
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, and if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
No holding back.
I'm on it. This'll be
Attends, ils sont level 52 quand même. Hein. On rappelle que nous on est que 47 là. Déjà on est 47. On a gagné des niveaux.
Glacial spear. These things really get on my nerves.
far enough.
Here, let me
I'm flying freaks. Why can't they just sit still?
If it's in the
can you
sky,
take care
it's
of them?
mine. No sooner said than done.
Lightning thrust! Rising falcon!
Try
this.
Hear me.
Glacial spear.
Ah oui d'accord.
Now, get toasty.
Get toasty.
Right, next one.
You're mine!
Come and get it. Already on it.
Sword blade of flame inside me, yours
Do it.
to be let free.
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble.
Did you see?
Sure did.
Don't get careless.
Armor won't save you.
Ish.
Rising wyvern!
That's enough.
Eat dirt!
Eat dirt.
Healing art.
Tectonic
Insects should stay on the ground.
I owe you one.
I'm on a roll now.
Hurricane
Spear.
thrust!
Here's evil.
We got flyers!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours!
Hurricane thrust. Eat this.
Tempest
Take
whirl.
this.
Up and at 'em.
Far
Let's
enough.
go.
First strike. You're mine. Just to dust.
Glacial spear.
Eat this.
Here's evil.
Blow away.
Freeze lancer.
Tectonic punch. I'll end you.
Water, hear my call.
Eat this. Just
Sword
to
blade
dust.
alpha!
We barely managed to turn that battle.
You don't need to sound surprised.
Perhaps I'll put more faith in you then.
Well, I certainly won't argue. Crumble.
Air thrust.
Just
Radiant
keep
light.
still.
Astral
First
energy.
strike. Rising swing. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Back into the
Double
surf.
demon fang!
You're done. Crumble.
Annihilation.
Eternal devastation!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble.
Go for it. Prepare for crumble.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Hop. C'est bien là maintenant. J'ai un bonus.
Really bad feeling about this.
Glacial
Oh,
spear.
Eat dirt!
Here's evil.
Prepare to be touched.
Freeze lancer.
Ready to go.
Oh putain. Le mob il m'a envoyé en l'air. Et pendant que j'étais en l'air, j'ai lancé mon attaque bonus. Et du coup ça a genre une réaction. En mode, je suis dans les airs, boum, gros coup de poing dans ta bouche, tu dégages. What the fuck?
Watching you really makes me realize.
Makes you realize what?
Maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Exactly. Don't think. Just keep swinging.
That's enough. Let me show you what my heart can do. Now, get toasty.
Burn strike.
Right. Next one.
Already on it.
First aid.
No further.
Go. Maelstrom. I can do this all day. Elfin, this ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Et voilà, c'est fini.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Il est gros lui.
If only I were a cat.
Vite.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Putain.
Raging cascade. Healing circle.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Nope, that'd be silly.
Sleep now.
Watch this.
More wild.
Ready and rare. Now you see what I can do. Eat this.
Amazing.
It's showtime. Annihilation.
Watch this.
A work expert.
away.
Here's a healing art. First aid. What I do it in here. Not on my watch.
I'll run you
This one's
through.
mine.
I'll burn it all. Flaming pillar, higher. Swallow blade, the
Raging
flame inside me.
Lunar
Here,
corruption.
to be let free.
You're wide
In
open.
here.
Just
Swallow
to
blade.
Gemini Aqua.
Double demon fang.
See
Aïe.
what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Hydration
Not
orb.
today.
Oh, I can handle it.
Trouble.
Hey, one at a time. In here.
Slash.
Blow away.
There you go.
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Let me show you what my arts can do.
Let
Rise
it through.
and shine.
Almost.
Rising
Too
Falcon.
slow. I'll smash you.
Beast.
Shining supernova.
Double demon fang.
I'm on it.
Arctic radiant here. In here.
That's
One
much
on
better.
here I call.
Shockwave flash.
Red hydration orb.
Here I come.
I'm on it.
One at a time. Here's the evil.
It's too much.
Magic is there.
Eat dirt.
Eat dirt.
Tectonic Alpha. Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Eat dirt.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case. These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the
Ah bah.
Forbidden Zone.
MDR.
Perhaps
J'ai
this is the
utilisé une
true
gelée ananas, ça me l'a
architectural
remboursé.
style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrect 35 about it sometime.
Ça a l'air d'être la suite par là. Mais attends, mais du coup... En fait, je sais même pas, je comprends pas. Je sais pas où ça va. Niveau supérieur, niveau 2, entrée. Quand j'étais allé là-dedans. Niveau supérieur, niveau 2, couloir. Couloir. Ouais, ok, ça me fait revenir ici. Donc ouais, effectivement, c'est la suite. Oh merde, il a respawn lui du coup. Non, 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 non mais ignore-moi. 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 Voilà, tu vois? Tu pouvais m'ignorer. Hop. Oh, du coup, là-dedans. Là-dedans, il doit y avoir... un truc à... Ah oui, joint. Au Taras. Ouais, ouais, ouais. J'aimerais voir s'il y a moyen de... pou, pou, pou. Dohalim, tu vas prendre la place d'Alphen. C'est bon. Hé, psst. Psst. Hé. Ah non, ils vont tous se déplacer. Ouais, ils se déplacent tous. Ah, oui, 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 toi. Yes.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
No further.
Arrête de fuir.
I'm on grind you into dust. Tempest.
Elucidate. Reflexes will not serve you well here.
I'll finish you here and now. Whoa, take this.
Winds of heaven! First Mega Ray!
Putain.
Just Mega Ray the others!
Denied.
By the power of water! Back
Low
into the
order
fray!
won't save you. I'm on a roll
Mega
now.
Ray! Do it! Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer. Voilà. Déjà un mob en moins. C'est pas mal.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
En vrai, je pense que là, pas le choix. Hein. Faut agresser les deux et s'occuper.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
To be let free.
That's enough! I'll fix you up! Recover! Concentration!
A spot of beast hunting, anyone?
Thanks so much!
It's
Dance
time.
in the wind!
Can't get out of this.
Voilà.
Mega Ray!
Ouf. Oh.
Raging Cascade!
Et Noël, elle a pris si cher.
Let me free you of your power.
Magic Kazam! Won't sleep now. Let's get you all tucked away.
I must remember my.
Ah ouais, mais du coup, Dohalim, il me fait du soin. Alors que lui, son soin, il coûte encore un bras.
Trip it up.
Bring you back from death's abyss.
Resuscitation! Let me show you
Ah.
Rise and shine! Where are you going? Raging Cascade! Spread! Here's a
Resonate
healer!
with the earth.
Magic Kazam!
Stalagmite. Spot on your
You get
knees.
the gist. Lunar Blast!
Air pressure.
Dust to dust.
I'm going
Stalagmite.
to need to use all those sparkling stars of light. Rain down and purify
Take
all!
this. I'll crush you.
Hop, hop,
Lightning reflexes.
Up.
Tenebrous claw.
hop.
Far beyond the darkest skies!
I'm
I
on.
call
Armor won't
upon
save
thee!
you. Now I'm in the groove.
Now!
I'm on it.
Voilà.
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Voilà. Lui, il est mort. Comme ça, on peut se charger du gros maintenant.
Take this.
Air Mega Ray!
Can't get out of this.
Light Astral Ray! Magic Kazam! In here!
Burn in hell.
The tempest engulfs you.
Let's get
Merde,
you
j'aurais dû garder celui de
there!
Kizara.
I'm in the groove.
Looks like you got this one covered. Annihilation! I'll be saving this one! Annihilation!
Crumble.
Burn it
Grind you into
away!
tectonic
Now
blocks.
annihilation!
Captivity.
Not in your dreams!
Catapult.
The flames will roar!
Eat
Burn
this.
lunar blast! Dance in the wind!
Shine.
Air
Radiant
thrust!
light.
Oh, pff.
Source of regeneration. Now or never.
Where are you going?
I'll
Let us
smash
take to
you.
the fray.
Lunar
Eat
corruption!
He who prepares is free from
I'm on
regret.
a
In a
roll
bind.
now.
Thunder field!
I think I'm coming down with something grave.
A chronic inability to read the room?
A malady your art cannot fix.
I'm burned. Dispel. First strike.
Tempest whirl!
Benediction.
Dust to dust.
Merde.
Lunar throttle!
Sorry. I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for if we can't depend on one another?
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Ah, mais du coup, je découvre des nouvelles phrases. Parce que c'est vrai que j'avais jamais mis Dohalim et Dohalim et Shion en même temps.
Eat this! Seismic rupture! I'll heal you all! Air thrust!
Blow away.
A whirling struggle! Healing circle! Winds of hell down to your heart! Here I come!
Engulfs you.
Air thrust!
If it's in the sky,
I'll
it's
smash
mine.
you.
I never miss!
Eat this.
Not on my watch!
Take this. In a bind.
Dust to
By the
dust.
power of water!
This one's mine.
Loading!
Dance on the wind.
Here goes!
Tempest.
Aqueous
Tectonic punch.
Elusive
Raging
deity.
Cascade! What
The fluidity of your movements is simply incredible.
Field!
Shouldn't have messed with me. Eat
More
this.
for the stockpile!
Everlasting
Fang
darkness.
Aqueous
Negative
circle!
gate.
Lunar
On
corruption!
your
All right!
Blow away.
Gemini!
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Eat this.
Allez, allez. Il est presque mort.
Clearance
Et boum.
You can use martial arts too?
Am I overstepping my bounds?
Phew.
I
Oh,
found some equipment.
un pourpoint. Nice. Pourpoint canin. D'ailleurs... Ouais, toi t'as rien de nouveau. Il me reste quoi en PS? C'est pas grand chose, j'avoue.
Let me take a look at it.
Ah oui, d'ailleurs ça indiquait aussi que 2 personnes avaient cumulé Dohalim et Alphen. Toi il reste que ça, ici il reste que ça, vas-y roule.
If only I were a cat.
Hop. On va là-bas. En vrai, non. Faut pas que j'ignore les combats. Les combats comme ça, là, quand ce genre de mob qui est un peu simple, faut pas que je les ignore. C'est ce qui va me permettre de gagner des niveaux un peu. Et de rattraper le retard que j'ai. Et tu sais même pas si j'ai vraiment du retard.
And will you lay down your life for your lord?
Well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty.
Parce qu'avant j'avais le niveau hein, des mobs. Hein. C'est juste ça a monté d'un coup.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
Can you take it?
I never miss.
Soaring blast. Take this. I'll finish you here and now.
Don't mind if I do.
It was nice while it lasted.
I'm ready.
Eat this.
Now,
Alpha,
flame.
look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. You're wide open. I'll end you. This one's all
I'm
mine.
only getting started.
Wow, il se passe quoi là?
It's go time.
Radiant Pierce.
Eat this.
Rotating pile
Big
driver.
blast.
Beckoned into everlasting darkness.
Negative gate. I'm on your knee. Blow away.
In here.
Air pressure.
Ouais. J'ai une gelée d'or si besoin. En vrai, si vraiment ça pue.
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
23 000 glad et B.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll smash you.
Ich.
Bait to them.
Ça, c'était ton armure.
Flame of fury.
Putain.
That'll bring you down.
There you burn it.
Bon, il va me suivre longtemps l'autre?
There you go.
Il me court après là.
Shield from can't get out of this.
Raging thunder.
I'm on. Begin. Elusive deity.
Now, astral energy.
Say no more.
Hop, lui, il est mort.
Dust to dust.
Far beyond the dark skies.
C'est quand même des boss.
Stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Des boss sont devenus des mobs. Hein. Bon,
Eagle assault.
souvent ils font ça dans les JRPG, tu vas me dire.
Crush you. Lightning reflex.
Je le fais maintenant parce que je suis pas sûr de pouvoir le faire avant qu'il meure, sinon. Ah voilà, j'ai bien fait, parce que ça l'a tué.
There's always room for improvement.
Et là en plus je suis en train de me dire, là ceux qu'on tue, ils sont morts, c'est fini, il n'y en aura plus. Bonjour monsieur.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way.
Thus
Cap.
our strength yet grows.
Équipement. Rinwell, tu as gagné une nouvelle cape. Félicitations. Bon, à mon avis, ça va être un mini-boss. Hein. Mauvais œil. Et niveau 40, enfin 50. Et moi, je suis combien? 48. Ah oui, on a déjà bien remonté en niveau. On n'oublie pas, j'étais 45 à l'arrivée de cette zone. Hein. Enfin, 46 quoi, quasiment quand je suis arrivé. Même.
Where are you going?
To take this!
Lunar
I'll
corruption!
finish you here and now!
Lunar blast!
No further!
Lightning condemned! Thunder blade!
I'm on it! Tectonic punch! Elusive
I can
deity!
handle it.
Begin!
Lunar corruption!
Rotating pile driver!
Lunar
Eat
blast!
this! Eagle ray!
Magic
Anything in
is
armor is all mine!
Sleep now.
Far enough!
More
Radiant
for the
stockpile!
Watch it! This one's all mine!
I can do this all day! Rise and shine!
Negative gate! Eat this!
Shining
Shining
supernova!
Supernova.
Lunar corruption! Struggle! Lunar blast! I'm off winds of heaven! First force!
Negative gate!
Gemini claw!
Resonate with the earth!
Searing flame!
Stalagmite!
Reload!
On your knees!
Searing
I'm
flame!
on it!
Reload!
I'm on a roll now!
Rain down!
En vrai, je sais même pas.
Ready!
Je sais même pas c'est quoi le niveau max de
In your dreams! Annihilation!
dans ce jeu.
Energy!
I'll run you through!
I'm going to need to use
Eat this!
a whirling
away!
struggle.
It's
I
go
never
time!
miss.
Captivity!
Winds of heaven.
Just
First
a
force.
catapult!
Let
Eat
me
this!
show you what my
Here.
arts can do. Rise and shine. Ready to go.
I can
A
charge
charge
through
like that
armor!
could easily be fatal.
Denied!
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Glacial spear.
J'ai bien fait de garder Kizara de côté.
Lancer. All right. It's
Parce qu'en fait, il y a très longtemps, on avait affronté un truc un peu similaire. Et je me souviens qu'il avait une charge et tout. Et je me suis dit, vas-y, je vais garder Kizara au chaud. Parce qu'à mon avis, celui-là, il doit être, ça doit être la même.
With me!
D'accord, ça s'active comme ça, tout seul.
I'll crush
Je
you!
suis pas sûr que ça le tue, hein, en vrai. Je l'ai peut-être fait un peu tôt.
Tenebrous claw!
Non, ça le tue pas. Ouais, c'est ça quand même de la vie, hein, cette merde. Hein.
Thank you for the healing, Dohu.
Our comrades need our abilities to survive.
Right. No one is
Ah.
dying on our watch.
Handle it. Sparkling stars and
Almost.
lights. Rain
No
down
more
and
playing
purify
nice.
all. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing light with this.
Dance on the wind! This one's mine!
Resurrection!
I'm ready! Shion!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Elle a lancé son meilleur sort de 2 soins juste avant la fin du combat. Bon, on a plus de PS du coup
Still
avec ça.
standing. Barely.
J'attends un peu parce que je me dis, ouais mais non. Non, au point où on en est en fait, c'est faux en fait. On va pas avoir... Parce que j'étais en train de me dire, ouais ça se trouve, dans pas très longtemps on va avoir le truc du boss. Mais non, parce qu'il y a encore toute cette zone. Potentiellement cette zone là. À mon avis, on a encore un petit temps avant de trouver... Oh, putain, c'est 2 alphas ceux-là. Un puissant remède. Bon, je vais aller tuer les petits là-bas. Le gros, je vais l'ignorer parce que c'est beaucoup de combats pour, enfin, c'est beaucoup de temps pour pas grand-chose.
This one will be difficult to predict.
I'm like bait to them! I'm on it!
Glacial
On your
spear!
knees.
Pierce evil! Freeze
Watch
lancer!
air pressure!
Stalagmite! Flood! That'll bring you down!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I'll end you!
It's
Watch
over!
this!
By the
Eat
power
this!
of water! Not in your dreams!
You see what happened there is you crossed me.
Annihilation!
Shouldn't have done that.
Mega ray! Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Too slow! I'm on a roll now! I'll end you! Blow away!
Raging cascade!
Dust to dust!
Annihilation!
Tectonic
Lava
air
flood!
pressure!
The
Glacial spear.
No further.
Evil. You get the gist.
We barely managed to turn that battle.
You don't need to sound surprised.
Perhaps I'll put more faith in you then.
Well, I certainly won't argue.
Light accidents in the wind. Air burning. A whirling struggle.
Thank you. Away!
This winds of heaven. First force.
And there.
Sleep now.
Resonate with the earth.
J'étais en mode, mais elle a complètement raté son attaque. Puis en fait, bah non. C'est tout calculé. Elle l'a pris direct à la fin de son esquive.
Don't suffer in silence. Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Demons and set.
I've been doing really great lately.
Hop. Bon. Utilisons une gelée orange. Ah, le truc à 400 PV, de toute façon, il sert tellement plus à rien que je peux me permettre de l'utiliser comme des snacks. Oh, tiens, il en restait encore pas mal, hein, mine de rien. Parce que là, il y en a encore 4.
I shall provide assistance.
Require complete focus.
Burning strike! Can't get out of this! Dust to dust! I can carve through armor! Eat this! Resonate with the earth! I'm just getting started! On my knees! Dust to dust!
More for the stockpile.
Another incantation ruined.
All right.
I'm on a roll now!
You're mine.
Raging
Eat this!
cascade.
Blow away! I'm
Mad
ready!
Alpin. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Mega ray.
Et d'un.
That freaking does it!
Resonate with the earth.
You stalagmite! On your
the
knees! Renwell! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Ah, d'accord, c'était le dernier. Emblème tenue de anime. Sorcier noir. Augmente la capacité maximale de JA d'une unité. Faire un long voyage. Ça laisse beaucoup de temps pour perfectionner ses arts astraux. D'ici peu, Dohalim saura léviter et marcher sur l'eau. MDR.
My astral arts are coming along quite nicely.
Coming along? What do you want to do with them?
Oh, you know. Sprout flowers from the tip of my staff, suspended in midair.
So you want to be a street magician then?
Could have been worse.
Ah, les phrases qui sortent. Ouais, tu veux être artiste de rue, quoi. C'est... Et qu'il améliore ses arts astraux pour faire apparaître des fleurs et les faire léviter au bout de son bâton. Ah, encore. Putain, il y a encore beaucoup. Hein. Scale action de terrain, c'est encore celle-là. Et elle coûterait combien? Beaucoup trop cher, je suppose. 57, ça me mettrait à 200 tout pile. Ouais, non. Je vais d'abord faire ce combat-là, et je verrai après.
Where are you going? Lightning raging cascade.
You picked the wrong fight!
In here. You're mom.
thank
I
you.
think I'll pass on the handshake.
Dance on the wind!
Lightning steel.
Tempest!
Watch this. Coming through. A whirling struggle.
Armor won't save you!
Winds of
I'm
heaven.
on it!
First force.
I'll end you!
A new melody.
Healing circle.
A charge like
These
that could
fists
easily
have
be
got your
fatal.
name on them!
Just as well,
I'm in
I'm
your
here to
debt.
stop.
Sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me.
Sleep now.
That hurt.
Strike! Fang blast! Elusive I'll crush you!
Hop, hop.
Lightning reflexes!
Hop.
Tenebrous claw! In a bind?
Not today!
Damn it.
Elusive deity! Rotating pile driver! Soaring blast! I'll finish you here and now!
Curtain flash! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light acid rage!
Tectonic punch!
Magic is there! Freeze! I'm all stuffed
Far
up!
enough!
Mega ray!
Je suis pas assez rapide, je me suis quand même pris le coup.
Here I go!
Anything in armor is all mine! Now you see what I can do!
Dance in the wind! In here!
This one's all mine!
I'll show you what my art can do!
I'll run you through! Shouldn't have messed with me!
Ah,
Let's get you all tucked away!
putain, mais j'arrive pas à esquiver parce que je suis dans ces putains de pattes là. Cassez couilles.
I'm on it! The earth throbs in pain. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Take this!
Arctic waterfall!
Not today!
I'll face you!
Seal!
Dust to dust! Elusive deity!
I can handle
Eagle rage!
Gemini aqua! Banana! Let's go!
I'm on it!
Blah 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 magic!
Captivity!
Here goes!
First strike!
Lunar blast!
Big blast! Catapult! Now I'm in the groove! Tempest!
I don't even know the word defeat.
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
Benediction light.
Big blast!
A whirling struggle! Into the shadows! Winds of heaven! Mega ray! In here!
Ah.
Gemini aqua! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Consuming wildfire.
Rending you! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Par là, il doit y avoir une armure. Une armure qui va m'aider. Ah non, un bracelet
My
porte-bonheur.
word. This must be the...
Alors, consommable. Ok. Non, les arts, en vrai, ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas regardé mes arts. Est-ce que j'en ai des nouveaux? Est-ce que, je sais pas. Je sais plus si dans ce que j'ai pris, il y avait des arts. Ouais, non, non, j'ai rien de nouveau dans ce que j'ai appris. Ah bah, le voilà. Déclenche un mur de coups de poing et de coups de pied dirigé vers l'avant. Ok. Bien.
Work of Providence.
Bravo, what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Ah. Trois de plus.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. Almost.
Oh! Oh, c'était stylé ça! J'ai réussi à faire une esquive parfaite, mais l'esquive parfaite elle est passée dans le cercle de leur attaque. C'était stylé.
Shield from calamity. Burn in hell.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Magic is there!
Dust to dust. You're mine. It was nice while it lasted. Blow away. In a bind. First strike. Alpha. Look sharp.
Lightning
Tiger
Sun.
Blade. First
One
strike.
more! Lightning!
Eagle. Can you take it? I'm on it.
Thunder
I'll
field!
finish ready here and
I
now.
guess you have your uses now and again.
Told ya. Lies unstoppable.
Shame you're not like that all the time.
Rinwell. Demons descend. Flashing fang.
Boom.
Well, looky here!
C'est transition MDR. Tu parles de quoi? Transition des phrases qu'ils disent? Non mais ça va. Ça va aussi la salle là? Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Foutre deux ennemis énormes là, juste pour un petit coffre comme ça? Non mais... S'il vous plaît, quoi. Un peu de respect. C'est bon, j'ignore cette salle, là. J'ai pas envie de m'affaiblir là-dessus. Non, des combats... à l'Overworld, ça me fume. Ah, oui. Ça, c'est si je voulais passer de l'autre sens. Ah, en fait, le truc, c'est que là, j'ai fini sur... j'ai fini le combat avec une animation de finish. Et du coup, bah, ça finit... ça arrête l'animation, en fait. Mais sinon, en temps normal, bah, c'est juste un fondu en noir, quoi.
My word. This must be...
De la plate. Là, ça doit être pour toi, non? Ah non. Pour toi? Ah non, ça doit être pour toi, oui.
the work of Providence.
Prova what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Merde. C'est bon, hein? J'ai bien... Ouais, c'est bon. Elle est bien changée. Bref. Pour ressortir, on va refaire le même. Je sais même pas comment ça a réussi à rentrer ce truc. C'est plus gros que la porte. Attendez. En fait, je crois que je vais être obligé de tuer le gros chien. Parce que ici, c'est pourquoi? C'est pour des minerais. Mais je vois pas... Ouais, en fait, non, mais... Ouais, c'est ça. Les deux ne sont pas liés, en fait. Ok, je suis obligé de passer par là, en fait. Ouais, ok, d'accord. Du coup, bah là, je vais être obligé de tuer le chien à deux têtes. Pas le choix. Parce qu'il est sur... Il est sur la route du chemin pour la suite.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Almost!
Concentration!
By the armor won't save you!
Annihilate your heads!
A wall
Not
to
even
shield
fair.
from calamity!
Annihilate!
I'm on a roll now! First strike!
A whirling silver!
Qui essaie d'imiter Alphen, là? Il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui a dit Eat Dirt.
Where are you going?
I'll end Tempest! I'm on it! Catapult away!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Oh, pff.
Tumbling to me! That's enough! Almost! Too slow! Tempest! You're done! Crumble! Seismic rush up!
Alors, je fais ça maintenant parce que vu qu'il esquive pas mal, j'en profite que mon attaque est passée.
Emperor's Claw!
Et vu que bah pour le moment, ah bah si, Dohalim, je viens de l'avoir.
Begin! I'm on a roll now! Outstanding form! Rotating
Explosion!
First strike! Ignite!
Water! Annihilation!
Dark I can carve through armor!
the wind.
I'm on it! Watch you this! Apart.
Amazing.
Bloody howling!
Back into the fray!
Strike! Blow away!
All disasters made one!
I'm on it!
Forth a healing security! Lightning! Down!
Blow away!
Bon, arrête de bouger.
Tectonic punch!
Let the mark
Et voilà.
Captivity!
never miss! Here's a raging cascade! Annihilation!
I'm on it!
Blah, blah, blah,
Blow away!
There you go!
Bla bla bla, magic.
Dust!
Lightning can dance!
First strike!
Rending you I can do
Et là, celui-là, ça fera la même. Parce que le truc, c'est que là, ce combat, il se finira forcément sur une animation. Parce que ces gros mobs là, ça débloque d'un coup l'animation
See what I can do!
quand ils ont plus de vie.
Can you take it? In a
spear!
vine?
Here's evil!
First strike!
Up and at 'em! Let's go! Freeze
Resonate with
laser!
the earth. Still up.
Our natural defenses are fading.
I'm a sitting duck!
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat?
I would never.
Do it!
Raging recover!
Burn in hell!
Heal-toi, Shion. Heal-toi, Shion. Heal-toi, Shion. Shion, heal-toi. Merci.
Far enough!
Need to pull my
These
head
fists
together.
have got your name on them!
What? Comment il m'a touché là?
Flare
I'm on it!
tornado.
Fang blast!
I'll be saving
I'll crush you! Lightning
Si ça le fait tomber à 0, ça, je vais pouvoir derrière enchaîner avec une autre animation. Ouais, c'est ça.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Et casse-toi, toi. Casse-toi, le mob. Hop. Par là, il y aurait quoi? Un combat pour un coffre rouge, j'espère. Ouais, c'est ça. Effectivement, je viens de voir qu'il y a un coffre rouge derrière. En fait, je me dis ouais, j'aimerais bien voir ça plus tard pour une fois que je me serai reposé et que j'aurai de nouveau des PC, mais enfin des PS. Mais si la planète elle meurt à la fin de l'aventure, ça me paraît compromis toute cette histoire. Bon, 237, vas-y roule, on y va. Au pire, je prendrai encore un autre item. Et comme j'ai dit, c'est dans le pire des cas, j'ai toujours une gelée dorée là qui traîne.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Negative gate. Eat this.
Hear me, flame of fury!
I'll run you through. I'll finish you here. Hey, when did I get so popular?
Glacial spear, pierce evil, freeze
No
lancer!
further. Almost. Too slow. Fake blast.
Magic is there!
First strike.
Magna ray!
Almost. I'm ready. Begin. Eagle assault. Elusive deity. You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that. I'll run you through.
Lunar corruption!
Your
Lunar blast!
bathed
Dust to dust.
rending you a bloody howling.
Fake blast.
Here
On
goes.
your knees. I'll crush you. Ah! Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Lightning
I'm
is
on it.
ready!
I'll grind you into
You're
death.
done.
Elusive deity. Rotating pile
Eat
driver.
this. Soaring blast. I'm ready.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Too slow.
Radiant pierce!
Ok, il en reste encore quelques-uns.
Flame!
I'm on it.
Les gens,
Anything in order is all
finissez les trash mobs, please.
whirling
Voilà, je crois que c'est fini pour les trash mobs. Yes, c'est bon. Maintenant, on se concentre sur le gros.
The flames will roar!
No further.
I'm on it.
Gemini awkward!
This one's mine.
Annihilation!
Elusive deity.
Outstanding form! Mind if I do?
Rotating pile driver.
I'm going to need to use all four of my healing
I'll
arts to
grind you
help
into
out.
dust.
This'll come in handy. Eruption!
Too
Let the marksman have it.
Oh, Dohalim, ce serait intéressant que tu esquives en fait. T'es au courant de ça?
This one keeps charging us. Behold, the Earth's pulse. Tectonic fission.
Ça, on l'a pas vu souvent celui-là. On le voyait quand je jouais Dohalim.
Here I go. I'm only getting started. No let up.
Bloody howling.
Magna ray. Eat back into the fray. Magna ray. Saving this
Burn in
one.
hell.
Here.
I'm on it.
Up and at 'em. First aid.
What a relief.
In the wind.
Captain and take this.
I'm on it.
I'll grind you into
The fluidity of your movement is simple.
I'm on a roll, man. Armor won't save you.
dance on the wind.
Now I'm real mad.
Raging shadow. Here
On
goes.
your knees.
Magna ray.
I'll crush you.
Ah, ça va peut-être pas lui enlever la vie qui lui restait en fait.
Tenebrous claw.
Ouais,
Eat this.
il manque un petit rien.
Radiant pierce.
I'm ready. Shion.
Get toasty!
Get toasty. Boum.
With this,
Oh,
I can become
Né,
even
MDR.
stronger.
Il y avait un ennemi qui était pas dedans. Non mais attends, mais Billy...
I have a bad.
Non mais vous allez le dire tout le temps parce que vous avez toujours des niveaux de retard par rapport aux mobs.
Feeling about this.
Mais vous en faites pas, on s'en sort.
No further to be let free.
Winds of heaven! First confiscated!
Oh, and this one's mine.
Annihilation! Let the
I'm on
marksman handle
Lightning
this!
orb. Just
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Now!
Sounds like a
Get toasty!
burn strike.
Get toasty.
We're in good form.
Cap élémentaire. Élémentaire mon cher Watson. C'est pour toi? Ouais, c'est pour toi. Tac. Et bah, on va reprendre un consommable. Une petite gelée orange. Je voudrais pas trop consommer. Donc une petite gelée orange. Je voudrais garder un peu mes 60% et ma 100%. Ok, bon.
Oh man.
Les gens. Même technique. On s'occupe des trash d'abord.
Regret this.
I'll heal you all!
Crescent
You
flash.
got
Eat
company!
this. On your
Healing
knees.
circle! Raging spear! Pierce evil! Puddle!
Arts are being interrupted.
The flames will roar!
Nothing gets by
That'll
me.
bring you down!
Just to elusive shield. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. I'm on it. Captivity. Almost. Bastard.
Tempest!
That freaking does
I'm
it.
ready.
Shion! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless
You're
victory!
wide open.
Purge
Begin.
Malevolent naturally!
Watch it.
I'll heal you all! Lightning condemns! Thunderblade! Healing circle!
On
They
your
summon
knees.
ray!
The flaming sun.
I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Here's
Ok, l'autre est mort en fait. C'est bon.
first
Blow
aid!
away.
Don't mind if I do!
In a bind. You're done.
Lightning
Take
orb!
this. Eat this.
Take it!
Tectonic
Graviton
crescent
field!
flash.
Raging
Now you
storm!
see what I can do. Now I'm in the groove.
Ray!
Bathed in blood.
Gemini
Rending you
orb!
apart. Bloody howling.
Lightning
On
storm!
your knees. Now I'm in the groove.
Attends.
Circle.
Doalim, mais c'est quoi cette attaque ultra stylée que tu peux faire?
Winds of heaven! I'm going to
Blow
use
away.
all
Oh,
the
thank
power
you.
of my
Trop bien. Ça devait pas être, ça devait pas être les,
Not today.
ça devait pas faire partie des attaques que je lui avais choisies. Ou alors je l'ai débloqué après avoir arrêté de jouer de Halim.
Throbs in pain.
Bloody strike. Take this. All good things come to an end.
Oh non, merde, je viens de, je viens de gâcher la charge de Kizara. Putain, mais je suis un connard.
A scream bathed in blood.
Rending you apart.
Need to pull myself together. Healing is what my arts do
In a
best.
bind.
All mine can do is cause havoc and
I'll finish you
destruction.
here and now. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Regenerate.
Raging storm! Resurrection!
He who prepares is free from
Resonate with the earth.
Thunderblade!
Stalagmite.
On your knees.
Almost.
Photon flash!
Shine.
Shouldn't have messed
Radiant
with
light.
me.
Force of regeneration.
Let the marksman handle this.
Regenerate.
Radiant
Don't
orb!
suffer in silence.
Where are you going? Raging cascade!
Now
I need
I'm sword.
something.
You need to be healed.
How the mighty have fallen.
I felt fine not too long ago.
Another incantation.
Merde, putain, je pensais qu'il allait faire sa charge.
Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
Ok, bon.
I mean, yes, sir.
Gemini aqua!
Here we go again.
Benediction light.
Damn it!
Benediction.
Come on, roll now!
I owe you.
The earth throbs in pain.
Freeze, Lancer!
Blah, blah, blah.
Reload!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts.
I lost my focus!
Show you what my
Bloody
arts can
howling!
do.
That freaking does
Here,
it!
let
No
me help.
rest for the wicked.
First aid!
Burn in hell! I'm on
Do it!
Don't leave! Say! Ha! Blow them away!
Ouais,
It was
Un
a
peu
close
chiant.
thing.
un peu chiant, on va pas se mentir. Ah bah, putain. Ouais, si j'avais su, j'aurais soit pris une 30%, soit essayé de pousser à 0. Bon, tant pis. Bon, ça veut dire qu'on va avoir un boss là derrière. J'ai tout visité, hein, on est d'accord? Ouais, on est d'accord. Bon bah allez. On a le droit à un boss, qui n'est très clairement pas le boss final.
What do you think this place was for?
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No, they appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
Ouais,
And that
d'accord.
place is here, I assume.
Donc c'est tous des Daniens.
So
Là.
what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
Je vais aller me coucher, je suis trop fatigué. Désolé, je peux pas rester plus. Y a pas de souci, t'inquiète. Bonne nuit à toi. Bonne fin de live. Merci, merci. Bon, de toute façon, je pense que le live, genre 23h30, je vais l'arrêter. Hein. Bon, peut-être potentiellement après ce boss. Je suis en train de me dire. Donc bon. Mais en tout cas, bonne nuit. Et puis, bah, repasse quand tu veux. De toute façon, on se reparle sur Discord. Hein.
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
What is with all the huge lumbering beasts lately?
It's no ordinary Zoogle. That much is damn sure.
Watch yourselves. All bets are off when it comes to this thing.
I'm ready.
I really owe you
This
one.
one's mine.
Je sais pas trop si c'est considéré comme volant. J'ai même pas regardé son level.
Glacial spear. Here's evil. Freeze Lancer. Dance in the wind. Here, let me help.
Its head is its weak point?
We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle.
Now I'm in the groove. Captivity.
The flame inside me
Putain, mais
to be let free!
j'arrive pas à esquiver.
Blow away.
Don't suffer in silence.
Sorry, I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for if we can't depend on one another?
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
There you go. I feel like me again.
Sleep now.
Almost. Faster.
A scream.
I'll be
Dust
saving
to
this
dust.
one.
In a bind. Crumble.
Searing
Not today. Reload. Far enough. I'm on it. All right. It's in this guy. It's mine. This one's mine. I'll run you through. Outstanding form. Whoa, I'll smash you.
Ich. Nazilo, tape aussi fort que t'es con. Ah, et puis, là que mon chat commence à réclamer pour aller dehors. Attendez, je reviens. Ah, mais il est 55, d'accord. Ok, on peut voir le niveau là. Je reviens, j'en ai pour 2 secondes. Voilà, c'est bon. Me revoilà. Hop, je me réinstalle. Et puis on y retourne. Oh, j'ai réussi, et toi.
Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle it.
You can be really dense, though, Halim. It looks like you got this one covered.
Anything in armor is all mine. That's enough. Armor won't save you.
I'm there. All this field made one.
I'm on it.
Come forth.
Primed and ready. You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done
This
that.
one's mine. Art requires complete focus. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing whirling to accomplish this.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Il y a un truc que je n'ai pas fait. Non, attends. Non, c'est acier.
Another incantation ruined.
Mais j'esquive et tout et je me le prends quand même.
Thank you for the healing, Dohalim.
Our comrades need our abilities to survive.
Right. No one is dying on our watch.
The fluidity of your movements is simply incredible.
No further!
I'm ready! Kisara! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
I'll smash you! Bloody highlight!
I'm all fucked up.
On your knees!
By the power of whirling trouble.
I'm on it!
Burning
Wind
flood.
go away!
First cyclone. Freeze magic is in.
Off my focus! Blow away!
Là, il vient de passer sur sa deuxième barre de vie là. Enfin, il a la moitié de la vie, donc il va débloquer des attaques qu'il avait pas avant. C'est sûr. Mais on s'en sort bien pour le moment, on s'en sort bien. On est encore un peu plus de la moitié de PS. Ça va. Personne n'est tombé d'ailleurs. On a eu du heal qui a été claqué, mais personne n'est tombé. Ok.
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am. That's enough. Eat this.
Glacial spear.
En tout cas, c'est bien dégueulasse ce truc. Hein, si leur objectif c'était de faire un mode moche. Wow!
You just say the word and I'm there.
I can't believe it's come to this.
Wow!
I'll bring you back from death to bit.
Ce que je vais faire, Dohalim, mange ça.
I've healed myself. Shine, radiant light, force of regeneration. Regenerate. It's in your hands now.
What was I thinking? Roar. Sealed. More for the stop. Resuscitation. More where that
Here, let me help.
Pride was my downfall.
First aid.
Elusive deity.
Ah, alors que j'avais la fermer ma gueule moi, parfois. Et quand je dis c'est bien, personne n'est tombé. Bim, 3 personnes qui tombent.
On your knees.
Amazing.
You hear it now! Dust to dust!
Lunar blast! Blow away!
Swallow stuff!
Can't get out of this!
Eat this!
I didn't think you had it in you.
Focus. There'll be time to congratulate me later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
Rotating pile drive!
It's on!
Burning strike!
Benediction light.
All good
Such
things come to an
unadulterated
end.
fury.
Lunar corruption!
You're done!
Lunar blast!
Not today!
Back into the fray! Dance in the wind!
Don't
Air
suffer in
control!
silence.
Reload!
Quand il brille comme ça, du coup, on devient... reculez. Je vois ce qui arrive. Reculez.
All here's a healing arc! First aid! Healing security! This one's mine! Burning arc! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Don't mind if I do! Freeze lancer! Shining supernova! This one's mine! Dance in the wind!
Resonate with
Air
the
blast!
earth!
A whirling
Armor
struggle!
won't save you!
Here, let me help! Winds of heaven!
Bathe
First
in
force!
blood.
First
Rain
aid!
you apart. Bloody
Here I go!
hell!
Eat this!
You
You're
require
mine!
Tectonic punch!
Can't get out of this!
I'll end
By
you!
the power of water! A whirling struggle!
On your knees.
Winds of heaven!
Now I'm in
First
the
force!
groove.
Annihilation! Radiant
You
light!
picked the wrong fight!
Heal! Dance in the wind! Air control!
Ow.
Annihilation! Lightning! Downfall! I'm going
All
to
good
need to
things
use
come
all the
to an
power
end.
of my healing arts to accomplish this.
I've used too much.
Need to pull myself
Putain,
together.
ce truc il coûte un bras, mais qu'est-ce qu'il est efficace.
Annihilation! Raging flame! Back into the
Shine, radiant light, force of regeneration.
Genre son meilleur heal, ça coûte un bras en PS, mais ça remet tout le monde fou lui. Hein. C'est vraiment...
Carve through armor. Shine, radiant light. Take this.
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Can't get out of this. Now I'm in the
Too
groove.
much to handle? Blah, blah, blah. Air! Now!
Rinwell! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Phew. Il est dead.
The hell was that thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests.
What do you mean?
You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
We're not gonna jump down, right?
I certainly hope not.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zeugles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting. But I'm pretty sure they're Zeugles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
I mean, there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
Probablement. Ça, on pourra pas le savoir. Vas-y, on va passer la porte et puis on arrêtera là. Parce que là, avec toutes les infos que j'ai eues tout à l'heure, plus là, j'avoue que j'ai la tête qui explose, même si j'ai fait une pause entre temps. Ouais, mais non, mais on va pas s'arrêter là. Genre, il n'y a pas une petite cinématique de plus là qu'on pourrait avoir? Et à l'aide. On va où là?
back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are, at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
Mhm. Le téléporteur menant à l'entrée de la pièce est activé. Ah, parfait. Alors attendez. Si je vais là... Ok, ouais, c'est que... Ah oui, d'accord, c'est que j'ai activé un des deux trucs qui sont à l'extérieur. Ok. Mais je voudrais pas continuer. Je voudrais peut-être... Bah attendez. Il y a peut-être moyen d'aller dans le vaisseau se reposer. En vrai. C'est ce que je suis en train de me dire. Maintenant qu'on a fait une save. Sur le milieu là, on peut se permettre... Ok. Ok, on peut choisir où est-ce qu'on part. Du coup, ce qu'on va faire. Parce que de toute façon, 100%, il y aura jamais d'endroit pour se reposer ici. Non, merde. Ah, tiens, j'ai une requête ici. Vous savez quoi? On va aller là-bas. On va prendre la quête, se reposer. Retourner à l'endroit et arrêter là.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Hop. Rappelez-moi, vous êtes tous les deux issus de la génération d'Aéroniens actuelle, c'est ça? Donc, nous avons une centaine d'années d'écart. Ce qui fait de moi votre ancêtre, en quelque sorte. Et en tant que tel, je vous offre l'occasion de montrer le respect que vous devez aux anciens. J'extrapole peut-être un peu trop cette information, mais dans le cas présent, ce respect est-il bien mérité? J'en en ai vraiment aucune idée, mais il a l'air d'avoir besoin de notre aide. Écoutez-moi bien, il se trouve que... Stop. Je ne peux pas te laisser continuer. Je savais que ça arriverait. Tu essaies toujours de me couper l'herbe sous les pieds. Je suis étonné que tu t'insurges. Je croyais que tu avais compris que parfois, pour la recherche, on n'a pas d'autre choix que de se salir les mains. C'est bien la raison pour laquelle je ne peux pas rester là, les bras croisés. Ça reviendrait à laisser passer une occasion en or. Alors, rendons les choses plus équitables, si tu veux bien. Nous allons tous les deux expliquer en quoi nous avons besoin d'eux. Enfin, pourquoi nous avons besoin d'eux, plutôt. C'est d'accord, je n'ai pas d'objection. Je commence à souffrir de sérieux maux de tête à essayer de les suivre. Ils doivent être particulièrement forts, si même toi tu l'admets. Je ne sais pas ce que vous voulez, mais ne vous attendez pas à ce que nous accédions à toutes vos requêtes. Comment ça? Vous allez vraiment passer devant une personne âgée en détresse sans vous arrêter? Je ne pensais pas que le fossé des générations s'était creusé au point que les jeunes aient oublié les bonnes manières. C'est fâcheux. D'accord, d'accord. Nous allons vous écouter. Mais l'un après l'autre. Nous sommes très sollicités et nous avons aussi nos propres préoccupations. Très bien, dans ce cas j'attendrai. Vas-y le premier. Merci. Donc comme j'avais commencé à vous le dire, j'aimerais que vous descendiez tous sur Rena et que vous retrouviez l'un de mes œgles expérimentaux. Il s'agit d'un spécimen défectueux. Je l'ai éjecté de Dyke Faisal, pensant que ça suffirait à l'éliminer, mais il a survécu au voyage dans l'espace.
What?
Et vous l'avez jeté dans l'espace? C'est une cruauté. Et vous voudriez que nous finissions le travail, je présume. Oui, mais pas seulement. J'aimerais également et surtout que vous préleviez du tissu sur le zogle en question. Je n'aurais jamais cru qu'il atteindrait Rena en parfaite santé. Cela mérite de plus amples recherches. Pourquoi ne pas tout simplement y aller vous-même? Vous aurez aussi la possibilité de faire toutes les recherches que vous voulez. Les études de terrain n'entrent pas dans mon champ d'expertise. Je crois que vous autres êtes mieux équipés pour ce type de tâche éprouvante.
I see.
Je pensais être soucieux de l'image que je renvoie, mais ce n'est rien à côté. De la pure fainéantise. On s'en charge.
Agreed.
Je suis partagé. Je vous promets pas de réussir à coup sûr, mais si cela vous convient, nous allons tenter le coup. Je suis ravi de voir que je ne m'étais pas trompé à votre sujet. Dans ce cas, allez-y, mettez-vous au travail. Tout le reste de mes recherches est en suspens en attendant, donc plus tôt vous viendrez à bout, mieux ce sera. Mieux vaut que je vous prévienne. Le zogle en question est un géant à 6 pattes. Ce spécimen est extrêmement véhément, alors faites bien attention. Un spécimen à 6 pattes? On vient d'en affronter un à 4 pattes. Ouais, vas-y. Mais là, en quête secondaire prioritaire, étant donné qu'on va sur Rena.
The line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Cuisinons. Défense élémentaire 3, y roule. On va faire ça.
This is perfect. I'll have everybody's mouths watering with.
Vas-y, un Borgor. Ah. Eh ben. Ah mais en plus. D'accord. D'accord. Donc en fait je pouvais déjà y aller. Ok. Prochain objectif c'est par là. Hop, voilà. Voilà. Et ben, je vais aller raid quelqu'un. Et puis on s'arrêtera là. Voilà, on va même aller raid le boxon. Bon voilà. Et ben moi sur ce, je vous souhaite une bonne nuit. On se revoit demain pour pas du JDR du coup, vu que cette session là aussi est en pause jusqu'à janvier. Du coup je verrai. Là je pense qu'on est parti pour la dernière ligne droite de Tale of Arise, donc pourquoi pas ne pas essayer de finir, comme ça ce sera fait. On verra pour faire ça. Enfin voilà. Je vous souhaite une bonne nuit. On se revoit demain et puis d'ici là, portez-vous bien. Allez, à plus.